If you're shopping for an SUV right now, don't sign anything until you've seen this. Consumer Reports just picked the best SUVs for 2026. I rank them by what they'll cost you. One runs $36 a month to maintain and holds value better than anything in the segment. Another costs $19,460 over 10 years and mechanics won't go near it. Same price bracket, different outcome. Counting down all 9. What they cost, what breaks, and which ones protect your money. Number 1 scored the worst ride quality on this list, and it still came out on top. Plus one SUV at the end that mechanics refuse to work on. Let's go! At number 9, the Tesla Model Y, an EV on a wallet protection list. I know, stay with me. Consumer Reports named it the best electric SUV for 2026, and Tesla climbed 8 spots in CR's reliability rankings this year. The largest jump of any automaker. The refreshed Model Y adds acoustic glass, a reworked cabin, and about 310 miles of range. Maintenance sits around $494 a year. No oil, no transmission fluid, no exhaust corroding. Over 5 years though, the Model Y sheds about $29,500 in value. On a $48,000 vehicle, that's 62% gone. Insurance averages $1,844 a year, high for the segment, and CR flags the controls as distracting. No CarPlay. Service access depends on your zip code. Why it still earned the spot. High-mileage drivers pocket close to $5,000 in fuel savings over 5 years versus gas, and reliability is trending up. Just understand the full picture before you sign. 2024 or newer for the refresh. Starts at $44,990. 96 out of 100 on the road test. That's what the next one pulled. Highest CR has ever given any SUV. And the ownership bills run just as high. Number 8, the BMW X5. That 96 is earned. Best road test score Consumer Reports has ever recorded for any SUV. It corners like a sports sedan, the acceleration pins you back, and the cabin feels like first class on wheels. Nothing else on this list drives like this. Not even close. Now flip the page. Annual repairs average $1,166 according to RepairPal. Nearly $100 a month just in shop bills when the industry average is $652. You're visiting the mechanic 0.9 times a year when most owners go 0.4, more than double the trips. Valve cover gaskets leak around 60,000 miles at $800 to $1,500. Water pump dies between $60,000 and $100,000 for another $1,200 to $1,500. 10-year maintenance totals $16,000 while Toyota charges $5,500 for the same window. Depreciation carves out 56 to 59% over 5 years, which on a $68,000 truck means up to $40,000 gone. Insurance clears $3,200 a year on top of all of it. The drive earned the spot. Hold on to that $16,000 number though. A very different figure is coming. If you're buying, go 2019 to 2023 and skip the first year 2025 redesign. The Hyundai Santa Fe Hybrid comes in at number 7. CR scored it 88 out of 100, the highest mark of any mainstream midsize SUV they tested. The stat that stopped me was the shop visit rate, 0.2 per year according to RepairPal when the industry average is 0.4. Half as often under a lift. Annual repairs come in at $515, which works out to $43 a month for the whole vehicle. Hyundai rebuilt this for 2024 with bold angular bodywork and 3-row seating in a mid-size frame. The Hybrid delivers 34 to 36 miles per gallon combined and earned an IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus. The warranty is what separates it though. 10 years and 100,000 miles on the powertrain. No other non-luxury brand matches that, and it covers the most expensive failure most owners will ever face. Won't corner like the X5. Steering is competent, not sharp, and cabin materials still trail Mazda and Honda on texture. And yet $515 a year with decade-long powertrain coverage on a 3-row hybrid under $38,000 is hard to argue with. 2024 or newer only. Starts around $37,700. A 250,000 miles of proof on a hybrid platform and 20 years of field data behind the nameplate. That's what's coming at number 6. The Toyota Grand Highlander Hybrid. Brand new CR top pick for 2026 in the midsize 3-row class. And the engineering underneath has been logging miles since the early 2000s. Toyota's hybrid system has been in production over 25 years. The standard Highlander hybrid ranks third on IC cars for longest-lasting SUVs. 25.9% survive past 250,000 miles, 3.3 times the average vehicle. Those numbers floored me. The Grand Highlander stretches the wheelbase to fit a genuine third row where adults actually fit. Fuel economy lands at 35 miles per gallon combined with all-wheel drive. For a 7-passenger SUV, almost nothing touches that. The transmission is Toyota's planetary gear unit with no friction belts and no conventional clutch mechanism. The parts that wear out in a regular gearbox aren't in this one. Brand-wide maintenance averages $547 to $600 a year, lowest of any manufacturer. Now, CR did score predicted reliability at 73 out of 100, lowest on this list. It's new and long-term data hasn't been written. What has been written is resale. The Highlander badge retains over 51% of value after 5 years. Best in class. 2024 or newer. $45,010 for the hybrid. Highest reliability score Consumer Reports has ever given any SUV. That's number 5. And almost nobody has it on their radar. The Honda Passport, 97 out of 100 for predicted reliability. 97, top mark across every SUV segment. Compact, mid-size, luxury, full-size. Nothing scored higher, and most buyers walk right past it on the lot. Honda dropped in a 3.5-liter V6 mated to a 10-speed automatic with no turbo, no CVT, and no hybrid battery pack. Every one of those systems adds failure points. More heat cycling, more component stress, more chances for a surprise build down the road. Honda kept the mechanical footprint tight, and independent shops have been servicing this drivetrain for well over a decade. RepairPal backs it up. 4.5 out of 5 at $391 a year. Shop visits average 0.1 per year, roughly once a decade. The 2025 model carries 0 recalls and earned an IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus for 2026. It rides on the same platform as the Pilot, which IC Cars places 8th among the longest-lasting SUVs in America. Fuel economy is where it falls short. No hybrid means 21 to 24 miles per gallon, and the starting price sits at $44,950. You pay more at the pump for the mechanical simplicity that keeps it out of the shop. Worth it if you hate surprise repair bills. 2023 or newer. The 2022 redesign is where Honda dialed it in. If this is helping you shop smarter, hit subscribe. Top 4 next. One costs $9,000 less to maintain than the BMW at number 8. Number 1 will surprise you. Number 4, the Lexus NX Hybrid. This is the entry that should make every BMW owner from number 8 reconsider the spreadsheet. It's built on the same Toyota architecture as the RAV4 with the same engineering core and reliability track record. Lexus wraps it in stitched leather, brushed aluminum, and enough cabin insulation to erase the highway. CR scored the road test at 88 out of 100, and owners confirmed the cabin punches well past the sticker. Now set it against the X5. Lexus maintenance averages $711 a year, while BMW averages $1,599. Over 10 years, that's $7,100 versus $16,000. That figure from number 8 just met its opposite. Nearly $9,000 saved on maintenance alone. Before depreciation, before insurance, before a single unplanned trip to the Bay. And that's on a vehicle that starts $26,000 below the X5. The hybrid returns 38 miles per gallon combined with all-wheel drive, and a plug-in variant pushes 304 horsepower with a 37-mile electric range and federal tax credit eligibility. IIHS Top Safety. Pick Plus for 2026. Resale outpaces every European luxury SUV in the segment. One brand collects the magazine covers. The other collects mileage without collecting invoices. 2022 or newer. $41,955. Best-selling SUV in America is up at number 3, and its 5-year ownership cost is the lowest figure on this entire countdown. The Toyota RAV4. Top-selling SUV in the country by volume, and the financial case behind it is more convincing than any test drive could be. Edmunds calculates the 5-year true cost to own at $40,100 with everything factored. Purchase, depreciation, fuel, insurance, maintenance. Now compare. The Model Y at number 9 totals $56,430, and an Audi Q5 comes in at $65,603. The RAV4 saves you $16,000 to $25,000 over 5 years against trucks doing the same job. That gap covers a used Corolla. On RepairPal, it sits at 4.0 out of 5 with $429 a year. The Hybrid pulls 40 miles per gallon with all-wheel drive standard, running the same planetary gear transmission from number 6 with no friction surfaces wearing down the way a traditional automatic does. Depreciation is where it separates. Only 25 to 30% loss over 5 years when the segment average sits at 45. On a $33,000 Hybrid, that's thousands you keep at trade-in. Worth noting though, the RAV4 dropped its IIHS top safety pick under toughened 2025 crash test criteria. Moderate overlap scored marginal, $40,100 over 5 years, lowest on this list, and the top 2 haven't shown up yet. 2020 or newer and skip the 2019. 13 straight years as a Consumer Reports top pick. That's the next one. No vehicle in history has held a streak that long. Number 2, the Subaru Forester Hybrid. 13 consecutive CR top picks. 13. Not the Camry, not the Civic, not the RAV4. No vehicle ever manufactured has matched that run. The 2026 Hybrid mates Subaru's Flat 4 with Toyota's proven electric assist system, pushing fuel economy to 35 miles per gallon combined, a 40% improvement in city driving over the gas model. IIHS awarded the 2026 Hybrid a top safety pick plus, which the gas version didn't earn. The standard all-wheel drive across every trim. CR flags the outward visibility as best in segment with tall glass, thin pillars, and clear sightlines. Subaru reports 96% of all Foresters sold in the last decade are still registered and running. One Subaru forum owner documented 280,000 miles on a 2014 with the original engine and original CVT, oil at every 5,000 miles, and transmission fluid at every 30,000. Nothing else. Insurance sits at $1,514 a year, one of the lowest premiums on any SUV in America. Over 5 years, that's roughly $2,500 below the SUV average and $8,500 below the X5 from number 8. $8,500 on insurance alone. The cabin is plain and acceleration is adequate, not fast. 13 straight top pick awards don't come from flash though. They come from a decade of mornings where you turn the key and nothing goes wrong. 2025 or newer for the Hybrid. 2019 and up for the gas model. $35,000. Which brings us to number 1. This one is going to generate some opinions because the SUV with the strongest ownership case in the entire market also delivered the worst ride quality on this list. The Toyota 4Runner. Consumer Reports gave it 95 out of 100 for reliability and 55 out of 100 on the road test. Both numbers are accurate. The ride is stiff. The cabin sits a generation behind the RAV4 in materials and tech, and highway noise is constant. CR docked it hard on comfort, and every deduction was fair. This is not the truck for a quiet daily commute. Now open the ownership file. Nothing in this countdown competes. DAC, Cars tracked 174 million vehicles and found that 32.9% of 4Runners crossed 250,000 miles, 7 times the national average. One documented owner logged 511,000 on the factory engine and transmission. 500,000 miles. Same drivetrain it left the assembly line with. Resale is where it pulls ahead of everything else on this list. 60% value retention after 5 years, the strongest figure KBB has ever recorded for any SUV. Certain used examples trade above original MSRP. The 5th generation ran 15 years on one platform, a 4.0-liter V6 bolted to a 5-speed automatic in a body-on-frame chassis. No forced induction, no cylinder deactivation. 15 years because it never needed a redesign. $514 a year in maintenance and a 4.0 out of 5 on RepairPal. The 2025 redesign brought a Turbo 4 and Hybrid. Promising early data, but long-term receipts aren't in yet. If verified mileage is what you want, use 5th gens from 2010 to 2024 start around $25,000 and barely depreciate. Roughest ride on this countdown. Strongest financial case in the SUV market. That's the 4Runner. Before you go, one SUV to stay away from. The Land Rover Range Rover, the most expensive vehicle to maintain in America at $19,460 over 10 years. RepairPal put it at 2.0 out of 5 with $1,258 a year when the industry average is $652. Nearly double. 1 in 5 repairs qualifies as severe. Air suspension collapses cost $2,835 per corner. Both sides go and you're well past $6,000. Oil services run $300 to $500 when most trucks charge $35 to $75. 5-year depreciation hits 64 to 86%. A $100,000 truck worth $14,000 to $36,000 in 5 years. Dump 31st out of 32 brands on RepairPal. Mechanic Nathan Myers put it bluntly, "If I had all the money in the world, I wouldn't buy one." $100,000 price tag, won't see 100,000 miles. Best value, RAV4. 3 rows, Grand Highlander Hybrid, luxury without the bills, Lexus NX. Buy once, never worry, 4Runner. Every video on what to buy and avoid is right here.